Hey Pathfinders, we are back after a rather long layoff. I'm going to start doing a run of Wrath of the Righteous. So just to recap what's gone on before. A few years ago I did Pathfinder Kingmaker run in Last Azlanti mode. Core rules, basically, as you get when you play Pathfinder. And I finished it. I beat the game on Last Azlanti mode. There's a problem, though. The videos are from my old computer, and a lot of the action is in 5 to 15 frames per second, and everything looks like it's in slow motion. And there was so much latency and lag in the mouse, it was hard to control. So there's 211 videos in that little baby, but it's hard to watch. So I got a new computer, and I wanted to beat Last Azlanti mode again in Kingmaker in a format that I could watch, and maybe go side by side with the original to see if an hour-long video in the original only took like 20 minutes in the new version, just because it's at regular speed. And I got pretty far in that one, but I got killed because one of my companions got killed in one of those companion side quests. It was Ekondio. He got smoked trying to fight some hill giants up close with his bow without having point blank mastery. And if you guys have played any games, you'll know that a lot of times they don't do 5-foot steps. So that ended that playthrough. I was pretty pissed off. So I started a new one called the Annoyed Azlanti playthrough, where Last Azlanti mode, core rules. But what I did was I reserved my little trick for getting cheap mercenaries. I think at 89 gold pieces just by not leveling up at all through the first preamble. And I did all my regular mercenary team for the regular adventuring stuff. You know the guys, Pyle, Tillman, Shogren, Nergos, and whatever I decided to call the wizard. And get rid of every non-essential NPC as fast as possible, so their side quests don't gum up my game. And I also made a bunch of, I was calling them governors. It's just a bunch of NPCs to fill the roles of, what do they call them in? Counselors in the Kingmaker mode, the kingdom building mode. That worked out pretty good. I got pretty far on that one. I got to almost the fifth act. I was almost about to start raiding Pitax, and I stepped in it against the Golden Golem. I was unprepared for him. He kept hitting me with multiple prismatic sprays. So I had a copy of the Wrath of the Righteous, and I knew it was tougher than Kingmaker in its own way. And I wasn't as well versed with like the camera and just like demons in general. So I knew doing a regular Last Azlanti mode game would be kind of foolish, because I would have to start and restart every time we had a TPK. So I called it the discount Azlanti mode, and I kept track of my party TPKs, and I made it through that one with only 5 TPKs. So that was pretty good. I can't remember all of them. I know Arilu got me at the end. Those Galloos got me. Playful Darkness just lit me up. That was over fast, but I figured out a way around that. And I did go back and I got him. And I obviously killed Arilu to finish the game. And the Gallows to finish the game. There was another creature called, I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's probably Irish, so Sianbrae, Sianbrae. I couldn't go back and square off against that creature again for some reason. I couldn't. In the play choices that I had made, I couldn't bring that creature back to face off with it again. And then there was another TPK in there somewhere. So I know there was 5. So I actually did pretty good. So I thought to myself, well, let's start a new playthrough. I've been tinkering with the Wrath of the Righteous a fair bit over the last few weeks. I've had I needed a game to take my mind off some things, so started in with it again, and I played a Last Azlanti mode. I got to the very end of Dresden, and I didn't have Death's Door on. And it was costing me so much money to raise the dead, and eventually ran out of raised dead scrolls, and had to try to finish the bit against Monago and Staunton with like only 3 characters. And I did pretty good considering the party was half done. But I have reloaded it and restarted it. Last Azlanti mode. I'll bring up the settings and everything with Death's Door on it, and we're back to. I think we're just about ready to go to the Grey Garrison and finish it up. So we are right now. I'm going to be using this name, and that's in honor of CC Sabathia getting elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's one of my favorite players. Karsten's actually his first name. Karsten Charles. That's what CC stands for. Or Charles Karsten? I can't remember. Yeah, he was one of my favorites. So, and Karsten was the name that I gave my character. He was very similar to this character. And we finished a online pen and paper version of Return of the Rune Lord. That was pretty cool. It took us like 3.5, 4 years. We finished just at the beginning of the pandemic. That was pretty rewarding. Shout out to DM Reckless, who played us all the way through that on Fantasy Grounds. So we're 5th level at this point. Getting ready to go to 6th level. Got the regular team. There's Sjogren. Got a new last name, Demon Bane. He's a demon hunter. And there is his brother, Nergos. Asimar. He's going to be the cleric of the party. Because Karsten in the Return of the Rune Lords was a cleric paladin. If you hear crazy meowing sounds, that's just my cat, Zito. He wants to go out. We have the brothers Tillman, the tower shield specialist / stalwart defender, and his foundling brother Pyle, halfling thief rogue. And then there is Zinix Flamehand. Zinix was another character that I played in one of DM Reckless, aka Stratton's game in 2E, and it's a name I kicked around for years and years. So that's going to be the mercenary team, and we've gotten rid of quite a few of the NPCs. We got rid of Darren. I think we got rid of Woljif. Nenio, she can fuck off. Who else? All the evil ones. We're trying to get rid of the evil ones. So we've kept Ember. I liked her quest a little bit. That was all right. Land's okay. And Sela. Yeah, just I'm gonna have to keep somebody, or else I don't know how it's gonna work with the crusade part later on. So we'll try to keep the good ones, alignmentally good or neutral, and we'll tell the other ones to hit the bricks. And then plus, the way that we're playing, let's go to the... I'm going to start fresh. I'm just going to show you what options I used and try to replicate that. So the difficulty, I had clicked, I think, core or daring. I can't remember whether it was core. But I put death's door on. Kept that off. That one I don't know about on or off. There's a lot of controlling effects that are a pain in the ass once the encounter ends. Like charms and confusion and stuff like that. Let's see. Enemy stat adjustments, nope, pretty much the same. Damage to party and critical hits are going to be normal. Number of enemies increased or standard. I might go standard. I think daring goes standard, but it has slightly weaker enemies, so I'll switch that up to none. Let's see here. The Crusader mode is going to be casual. I could go standard, but I really don't care that much about that part of the game. Only active companions receive experience. That's a good one. Only skill users receive skill check experience. That's another good one. In Kingmaker, that made Pyle just a machine. He would race past the main character in no time at all with all those traps. But in Wrath of the Righteous, it's not too much. He's about even with pretty much everybody except for Tillman. Tillman gets the short end of the stick because there's not too many skill checks that he makes. So everything else is going to be pretty standard. I'm just going to back out of that. I don't want to monkey with any of that. So I'm just going to get out of here just to show you where I could comfortably get to. And I've comfortably gotten through all the way to the end of Dresden before. And if I'd had Death's Door on, I probably couldn't finish. So I can at least get, I don't know, 15 or 21 or so hour episodes. But let's go here to the main menu. I accept that. Load games, each one we have. This might have been the one we finished. Or maybe not. I deleted some of these. Then these are just my restarts. Yeah. This is what it looked like in with my old computer. I couldn't play. It was all in pink. And I had to hold tab on everything to see where things were. Because you would just get the outline. So let's get out of there. And let's start a new game, shall we? I don't know if I have any of these. I don't think I bought any of those. Maybe the Midnight Isles, but I can't remember. I don't think I did. Yeah, I think I did Treasure of the Midnight Isle just because it had the sink or swim mode. That didn't really appeal to me. Just do the main story. We're gonna go daring, and then I'll switch the week up to normal. Death Door's on. Let's turn that off, because once the auto level up is going to be off. Standard enemies. Number of enemies standard. Let's put the additional behaviors on. Just every once in a while. It's fun when an enemy just decides to run right past your main character and stuff like that. Party speed depends on the weight you're carrying. On. Put that on. Enable character retrain on, because I make mistakes sometimes. Crusade auto mode is off. Only active companions is on. Skill users is on. Last Azlanti mode on. So the name of this playthrough is going to be the Penny-Ante Azlanti. To follow up with Last Azlanti, Penultimate Azlanti, as Annoyed Azlanti, and Discount Azlanti playthroughs. 2 of those I actually finished, and one other one I got pretty deep. So let's go to custom character. We've got our guy still stored here. This is the Cavalier from issue 72 of Dragon magazine. Its first appearance in print. The artwork is Keith Parkinson. Keith Parkinson's one of my favorites. Keith Parkinson and Robert Lazzaretti are a couple of my favorite D&D artists. So we're going to start off with Cavalier, and I like to go Knight of the Wall. I know that the what do they call these feats? Teamwork feat are pretty powerful. And you grant all the allies within 30 feet your teamwork feat. But yeah. This one just gives us a bit of a shield bonus, which doesn't really matter all that much. So I'm giving up a lot more than I'm getting in this one. But in my mind, when I made the first Carson character, he was going to be like a Knight of Ozum from Last Wall. And so this kind of thematically fits more. I'm going to make him human for the extra feet. And make him not be a lady. Not that that matters a whole lot, but that's just personal preference. And noble, I go with leader, because he's the leader. And I get persuasion. I get a bonus on that. And I get a bonus on long swords. And a... No, okay. So let's see here. Never quite works out just the same. That's good enough, though. That's about what I want. Persuasion. Athletics. Mobility is only important because that's a ride check. But wearing heavy armor while you're mounted screws with that. Whereas in the regular game it didn't matter. Knowledge World's decent for brewing potions and making meals. And when I get my mercenaries, the only one able to do that well is going to be the wizard, Cynics. I'm going to go use magic device, though. That might be a lifesaver at some point. We are going to choose mounted combat, because we are going to fight mounted almost all the time. The plan with Karsten is Cavalier, Paladin, I think Paladin of Light or something like that. And we're going to take the Angel Mythic class up until the point where you get to choose whether you want to be Mythic or not Mythic, and then go with Legend again, because that was the bomb. And then the second feat is going to be either Mounted Shield. Yeah, I usually go Mounted Shield because a lot of times you can't make a charge in this game. But I do take Spirited Charge pretty early. And then I go with the Order of the Sword. I'm sure there's some better options for all of these. Especially being Charisma as one of my better abilities. But you get a couple extra mounted things. And a bonus to save at level 2. And of course I'm going to worship our old friend Iomade. Be lawful good. Body type is fine. Darken the skin color a bit. Leave the face. Have a scar. Oh, those pale blue eyes. Let's see. Hairstyle. Nope. Let's rock that one. Usually go a little grizzled. So I'm a little grizzled. When you see me work the camera in this, you'll know I'm an old dude. No war paint. Let's get rid of the clothes color here. Yeah, like that. Or, there we go. Good enough.
This will hurt!
Let's choose better ones than what I chose in the other one.
This is my path.
Yeah, that's the one.
Everyone counts on me.
I am superior!
I didn't even break a sweat.
We'll win this, one way or the other.
Does anyone require my counsel? Let us be off.
That almost sounded like "let us beat off," but that would be. That would be horrible. So I always pick Eridus because Eridan was the god that Iomade inherited her portfolio from. And his death, I think, preceded the Eye of Abendejo and the opening of the World Wound.
You're done for!
I think I overspent on wisdom. That was the problem. That's okay, though. A good will save in this is worth its weight in gold. So I'm not going to role play through all this like I see some people doing, reading all the lines and the voice, and it's just not me. We'll watch this a little bit. I'll tell you a bit about what I've been up to.
Hey, somebody! We got a wounded fighter. Can we get a healer over here?
My, would you look at this? But why would you drag a wounded fighter into the middle of the festival square? Couldn't he be carted off somewhere else, like, oh, I don't know, an infirmary? Or an accommodating ditch?
As soon as we save you, Darren, you're gone.
Make room, everyone. Step back. Now, what's the matter? What happened to him? The wound looks nasty. Who did this to him?
We don't know, fuckface.
Demons, Prelate. We found him barely alive outside the walls of Canabris.
That little guy is pretty cool. Sucha.
The walls, you say? Enemy doesn't usually stray so close to the city. Must fortify the defenses. And you, hold fast. Don't die. We'll see you right.
Don't like a command. Don't die.
We'll get you patched up now. But first, you there, guard. Take his weapons. Bearing arms is not permitted during the festival. Wounded or not, everyone must abide by the rules. He can get his things back after the festival.
Good idea in a city that's basically under siege from demons. Take everyone's weapons away.
O Inheritor, leader of our troops, the sharpened edge of our blades and the unyielding strength of our armor, Iomade, I beseech you, grant your mercy. Heal his wounds.
So he hits me with a restoration spell. Well, that's a great idea. Let me die. I'm just going to grit my teeth in silence.
My powers are not enough here. Someone call for Terendelev. You there! Yes, you! Stop dithering and gawping and make yourself useful. Go and get Terendelev!
So who goes? Looks like he's looking at Anevia or Darren, and they're both just kind of staring back. Oh, they're waiting for me to hit continue.
Prelate, surely
Oh,
there
it's
is somebody
Camellia.
else here better suited to running errands.
She got launched too. She's in sicko.
I'll get her! Terendelev! Has anyone seen Terendelev?
Doesn't sound like you're getting her. It's more just kind of yelling for her. Oh, there she goes. Seela's okay.
Be quick about it before it's too late! Now, who are you? I don't remember seeing you before, and I have an excellent memory for faces.
Well, remember this name then.
That's the first I've heard of that name. Who are you then? What's your business in the city?
My business is my own.
My dear Prelate, please, for the sake of the festivities, stop interrogating this poor man. He has been through enough already. Go on. I'll take care of him.
That's right, Prelate. Been through enough, thanks.
All right, as you wish. You are our protector, and a dragon at that. So I shall defer to your wisdom. But be on your guard. I've been informed he was wounded near Canabris. That means the demons are prowling just outside the walls, and the city is crawling with their spies. Others may be able to relax on this holiday, but not you or I. Not the defenders of this city.
I like his shield, though. I like her shield,
I
too.
loose the grudging grip of pain. Cast off the veil of suffering flesh. Let light and life go forth in triumph.
Oh, greater
to repel
restoration
the
work.
skulking shade of death. There.
Dunka's here.
I accept your thanks. But my work is not yet done.
Who are you?
My name is Terendelev. I am the protector of the city.
Oh, you really a dragon?
You don't believe me? Perhaps I should retake my true form and engulf this square with my ice breath to win your trust.
It's a great idea.
Pay no mind to my current guise. I appear this way when I walk among the people. I would hamper the festivities if I tried to attend in my true form. I do not know yet, and that troubles me. I am not entirely sure what the demons did to you. This wound is no ordinary injury, and it was inflicted by no ordinary weapon. I have rid you of your pain and restored your strength, but only time will allow you to heal fully. Certainly, but be careful. I have managed to get you back on your feet, but I have not healed you fully. Alas, sooner or later, your pain will return. But do not be discouraged. You will recover, I promise you that. Tomorrow, come to the cathedral and say that you are expected by Terendelev, Protector of Canabras. We will find a way to help you. But for now, put this out of your mind and enjoy the festival. They are all too rare in this time of war, and merriment is one of the best medicines.
Yeah, akin to laughter. Speaking of which, yeah, so I took a break to care for an ailing parent. My father was going through end-of-life stuff. It's now March, but last July I moved in with him. It wasn't looking so good. And I thought he was going to pass away within a couple weeks. But we discovered that prednisone allowed him to swallow. He had non-functioning swallow, so he was losing a lot of weight. It was the complications of cancer treatments over the years. So it was hard to go through, but between, say, August and mid-January, it was great. He was on his feet. He wasn't doing well specifically, but he was comfortable, and we got to spend a lot of time together, which was fabulous. Like I moved in with him, and we watched a lot of sports, a lot of movies. Basically took advantage of the extra 7 months that we got out of it. So and then the prednisone stopped working eventually, as we knew it would, and he was starting to go downhill. And his last few days, he was pretty much bedridden. And I'm not telling this story to bum you out. There's a funny part to it. So he was taking a lot of intravenous medication because he couldn't swallow, and he was so frail and his weight was so low that the medications were interacting with him oddly. And it was a couple days before he passed, or maybe the day before he passed. I went into the room to I was bringing him stuff constantly and checking on him every time he coughed and stuff like that. And we woke up and he said to me, I keep telling those guys that I can't play that game anymore. And thanks for having me, but I can't play the game anymore. And the TV was off at the time, and I wasn't sure what he was talking about. Like, I knew he was kind of having an hallucination, but it's not like he was ever a big gamer. He was more of like a work with your hands kind of guy. Where he had a lot of manual skills with tools and know-how, and he was just good with that stuff. Cars and woodworking and metalworking and that kind of stuff. And he had a computer, obviously. He was not completely computer literate, but I think the most in-depth game he ever played was like NASCAR 2005 or something like that. He had the steering wheel and the gear shift and the gas pedals and stuff like that. And he would play Risk from time to time on the computer, but in the last, I would say, 10 years or so, he didn't really play much computer games. So I said to him, Dad, what are you talking about? Who are these guys you're playing the game with? He says, well, we're playing Star Wars. And I said, oh yeah, you're playing Star Wars, are you? And he says, yeah. Well, there's 16 of us. And I keep telling them that I am too tired to finish. But it was nice to play with them. And I said, well, were you in a spaceship? And he said, no. I said, did you have a lightsaber? And he says, yeah. So I said, well, you must have been a Jedi. And he says, no, just Don Ramsey, just some fucking guy. And he was dead serious. And then later on in the day, I told him that story again, and he didn't remember. But he remembered parts of it, being convinced that there was a game going on. And he says, I don't know where I got that name Don Ramsey from. I knew a guy named Rick Ramsey. Yeah, I remembered him. And I knew a few guys named Don, but Don Graysley was another guy that I remember. And I said, I don't know where you got Don Ramsey from, but apparently you were just some fucking guy. So that was pretty funny. We had a good laugh about that, and that was shortly before he passed. That was one of our last laughs together. It was weird that he would. We'd watched Star Wars probably about a month before. He got really, really sick. We watched the original trilogy, and I tried to get him into playing or watching the prequel, but I wouldn't subject him to the sequel. That was horrible. Nobody needs to go out as that being one of their last memories. But yeah, it was a blessing that we had the time that we did. If you ever get a chance to do it, I highly recommend it. It's hard. It was exhausting too. The end life care in the last 30 days or so. I don't know if I'm still over it, and that he passed away about a month ago. So.
Your city will fall to me. Your followers will feed my hunger.
It was weird though. He never played games like this. So, he liked Star Wars, but he didn't love it. He wasn't like a big. But after 7 months or so, you kind of run out of things to watch. That was one of the last things that we watched together.
Discari, Lord of Locusts, leave my city!
Let the feast begin.
Discari's here. Discari himself. Blimey! 1 minute we had a dragon, the next, bam, she was gone. What are you gonna do? Fight or flee? If flee is your plan, let me help you out. I've got a scroll here with a good protective spell.
How about you give me that hat? Where'd you get that hat? Were you doing gardening before you brought me here, Suture?
Yeah, you have. You owe me your life. I'm the one who found you outside the walls and brought you inside to be healed. I see they've patched you up. Good thing they did it before the attack, or else you'd have been done for.
Who was Discari?
You must have got a good drubbing around the head, brother. Discari's a demon lord, the most fearsome enemy of all Crusaders and all living things, come to think of it. Who knows? Everything's on fire, crashing down around our ears. The place is crawling with demons. Looks like a whole army attacked the city. We're sitting ducks. Sure thing. Here, take this. Best crossbow I've got. The person who made it said it could pierce the hide of a demon lord even.
I've never chosen the other option to get the spell. I should probably do that at some point.
Good luck! Try not to get eaten now!
A mortal gnat snaps its jaws at the Lord of Locusts. Behold, Iomade. Behold the death I sow.
The silver dragon, Terendelev, the defender of Canabras, fell in battle. Hardly surprising, as she had to fight the demon lord Discari himself. He willed the land to part and swallow all who dared to stand in his way. But the war was still far from over.
Continue. Just gonna double check my settings before we get into anything. Just want to make sure that I have death doors on. Death door. Death doors on. Okay. So try to keep it as close to core as possible. But with just a few added perks. Because this game is... I saw a guy beat it on hard mode in Last Azlanti on the YouTube, and it was pretty impressive. But I am not that impressive. You'll quickly find out. So let's give our trusted companion a name and some skills. So this, and after we finished the Return of the Rune Lords, we started playing Pathfinder 2nd Edition, which I didn't love, but I like playing with the people we were playing with. So we started the Rise of the Rune Lords in 2nd Edition, and I did a Karsten-esque character. I couldn't get to be like Karsten. Just because their character building not great. They don't really give you a lot of choices. Which ones I'm going to use the most? Let's get a weapon. You know what? Let's not get a weapon. There's a sword up here. Let's just mount up first, though. I usually play in the dark, so I can't see the keyboard. So I'm kind of fumbling around a lot, especially when it comes to moving the camera around. I'm getting a little better at it, but I am still shite.
Holy mother of...
Mother of what?
Hey, stay with me. You actually got pretty lucky. You fell down into a black hole. But at least you're not on your own. You've got a great companion. Everything's going to be just fine. Tell me something. Can you feel your legs?
Can you feel mine for me?
I feel them all right. When say no to a little less feeling in them. My ankle's killing me, but my back seems to still be in one piece. My head, too.
That's all that matters. Now, we're going to... Hey! Fancy meeting you down here. You're the one that Terendelev healed today, right? You aren't injured, are you? Will you help me get her out from under the boulders?
See if Shadow Mist makes us check. Nope, it was me. And my dog shit athletics score.
Damn it all. I think it's broken. Oh well, I've had worse. I'll just make myself a splint out of something. Thanks for the help. I wouldn't have lasted long on my own stuck under there. I'm Anevia Tirabade, of the Eagle Watch. I was overseeing security at the festival square. I thought maybe spies or demon worshippers might have something nasty planned. What actually happened though, now that I did not see coming. I don't think anyone could have been prepared for that.
Well, I'm Sela, paladin by the grace of Iomade. I crossed the whole continent to come to Mendeb and fight demons. And well, I've been fighting for a while now. I don't even want to think what might be happening up there in the city. Canabres has lost the protection of Terendelev, and of the Wardstone too, looks like. It's a relic without equal. It was placed here personally by Iomede's herald, with the goddess's blessing. I really wanted to go see it, to pray before it. But there's no point worrying about a stone when there are people dying in the streets.
Sila's last name is Exposition.
Yeah, things are looking grim enough, but don't lose heart. Wardstone or no, dragon or no, Canabres will never give in. Simple as. Well, we've introduced ourselves. What about you?
Good to meet you. Now, tell us all about yourself.
Well, I'm a Gemini. I like long walks on the beach.
Whoa, girl. Slow down. Exchanging names is enough for now. We don't have time to be swapping life stories. We need to find a way out of here. Now then, I'll hobble my way out of here somehow. The city ain't far, only 30 paces or so. That's if you're going straight up, of course. I'm afraid we're gonna have to go the long way round.
To summarize, there are 3 of us,
Yep.
with 5 working legs,
Sila Exposition.
3 pairs of decent hands, 2 clear heads, and 1 made of wood. That's mine. Underground monsters beware! Anevia, you stay behind us. You're in no fit state to fight. If we do come up against anything, the 2 of us will try to manage on our own first. Well, onward! May the good deities lead us back to the open sky soon.
Alright, there's a chest up here with some decent shit in it that we can use. Handy that he did that. Ah, there's my Cloak of Resistance that I lost. And my Cold Iron Longsword. A heavy shield. Take that bow. And flail, even though I'll never use them. And what are you rocking there, Sila? Why do you have a short bow? Are you poor? Oh, she's level 1 too. Alright. In the non-Destor playthrough where I got killed at the end of Dresden, I was going through these things like crazy. I think I used them up before I even got through the shield maze. There we go. Expert camera work.
Who's there?
Hi, Sacco.
Relax, friend. We're not demons or cultists. Don't poke my eye out with that thing, all right? We fell down here during the attack. I'm Sila, that's Anevia, and this is our new friend. We're looking for a way back to the surface.
This is their first victim, I think, but they don't really...
Really? I'm so ever glad to hear it. Allow me to introduce myself. I am Camellia. I was also in the square when... I can scarcely believe it. How did all those demons get into the city? I thought, naively it now seems, that the Wardstone protected us from attack. And Terendelev, I can't wrap my head around it.
I want to know about your victim.
He must have been in the square when disaster struck. I tried to revive him, but he was already dead, sadly.
Sense motive.
He didn't get these wounds from the fall. Be on your guard. Whatever killed him likely hasn't gone far.
Heal check. Perception.
Hang on. I think I know him. His name's Aravashniel, the egghead from the library. He was a good lad, even if he was kind of stuck up. May his soul rest in peace.
I can't argue with that. We're fortunate to be alive, albeit underground.
Daskari himself has come to Canabres. There's no mistaking that ugly mug. Terendelev tried to fight him, but what could she do against a near deity? Even the Wardstone was no help.
Ugly.
Our city used to be protected by powerful forces, but now...
Ugly mug. They use that phrase in the preamble when you're in Kingmaker. When you're in Lady Jamandi's mansion. They call the Frost Giant. He's like, hey, you ugly mug. And then he steamrolls a guy, but the guy, instead of going forward the way that the Frost Giant's momentum would go, falls backwards. And it's probably my favorite part of that game.
We've seen how powerless they truly are. Henceforth, we shall have no one but ourselves to rely on, I suppose. Who am I? Just an ordinary citizen who decided to take a stroll through the square on the day of the festival. But that's not what you wish to know, is it?
I want to know about
You most likely wish to know whether I'll be a burden should you ask me to join your group. No need to worry about that. I can assure you that I am skilled with a rapier, and I also possess some knowledge of magic.
I just want to take the couple samples from your fingernails and maybe see if there's any bloodstains on your clothing that don't match yours.
Certainly. Survivors should stick together. It's only sensible. Who knows what else could be prowling about in these caves?
Could be a serial killer down here.
That's right. It would be the height of foolishness to survive a demon attack only to perish under a pile of rubble.
Let's see if this poor bloke has anything useful on him. Not to sound like a heartless brigand or nothing, but we kinda need all the supplies we can get right now.
Alright, we looted him for a dagger. That was worth killing him for, Camellia. There we go. So what we do here is get Fonzie here.
What's on your mind? I wonder.
I'm sure you do. This looks like a charge situation. Yahoo! Having charge now, I'll probably pay the price. Still doesn't have a shot. Go. Way to provoke those AOOs. Jesus. There's another scale. That'll be handy later. Oh, what I'm going to do too, because I was just thinking that you don't die as much with Death's Door on. I'm going to keep a track of how many times people would have died. That's going to be the gimmick for this one. Other than Last Azlanti, you could end it all. Could end at any point. The gimmick is going to be the kill count. How many times each respective character would have died had I not kind of cheated a little bit with Death's Door. Now I'm getting all the charges. It didn't take Spirited Charge. Use the tab key a lot too, because I can't see shit in this game. Whoa. Did he go the wrong way?
I'll cut you wide open!
That's how you hit them!
Into the fray!
I usually do the the little fast board here for things that we use all the time. And I use guidance all the time. I should actually use the other ones more. I found that virtue was kind of handy. I haven't had to use that. We usually used to stabilize automatically. Resistance, virtue. Divine Zap's also decent, as is Daze. But she's about to make a lore nature check for this 3 gold piece hide that I... Oh, it's 8 gold pieces. Shut my mouth. Oh, that's the right way. Okay.
No, I can't just walk away. It's got to be here somewhere. Wenduok!
Lan, did you find it? Who is that?
The do-gooders here to save our mongrel souls, no doubt. Wait. They might know what's going on up there. If things are as bad as you say, then we all have to hurry.
You didn't come from the direction of the shield maze. Damn it. I couldn't care less about what's happening on the surface, but the maze.
Foreshadowing.
I realize that you guys have your own troubles, but we need to be in Canabres. People are dying up there. Please, show us the way out.
Who are you?
Tieflings are the descendants of people who sullied themselves by mating with demons. Our ancestors would never sink that low. We are the underground Crusaders, the children of the Crusades' finest.
Sadly, underground Crusaders is a bit of a mouthful, so people usually just call us mongrels.
You just love repeating that, don't you, Lan? Mongrels. That's what the Uplanders call us. But we call ourselves Neathers.
No matter what you call us, it's not gonna stop our horns, hooves, or tails from growing.
In Canabres, they're called mongrels. People say that they come up to the surface at night and eat anyone foolish enough to wander alone after midnight. To tell you the truth, I thought you guys were just a tale to tell kids at night.
That's human gratitude for you. Our forefathers suffered the consequences of demonic corruption, all to protect Mendev and Golarion. And for what? So we could become monsters used to frighten children.
Every mongrel has their own take on it. Our chief, for example, thinks of us as something like a reserve military force. He thinks we're standing by until the moment we're needed, and when we emerge on the surface and save the day, all the people will see how good we are, and they'll love us for it. Yeah, he leaves that last part out when he talks about it, of course, but it's easy enough to read between the lines. This is the hall where we remember the glory of our forebears. Sorry about the mess. It doesn't usually look like this, trust me. Sometimes we even wipe the dust off the exhibits.
This is where the relics of the first Crusaders are displayed. Our lives are short. Our glories are quickly forgotten. But this place helps us to remember that we are just as worthy as anyone else. And that our lives are not lived in vain.
The first Crusaders? You've been down here that long? That's crazy.
That's none of your bit.
We're looking for a holy sword. It was here, in the center, sticking out of a rock. The sooner we find it, the better. Some kids from our tribe took off for the shield maze. They figured it had collapsed, and now it's their time to go up to the surface, like all the legends foretold. Except they don't have a clue what's waiting for them up there. They're not fighters. And Saul, the chief of our tribe, is dead set against it. He says that now isn't the time for the underground Crusaders to take up arms. If we get the holy sword, we might be able to change the chief's mind.
It's a fool's errand. None of us will be able to hold the sword, let alone use it to save anyone. It's not an ordinary weapon. It's made from righteous heavenly flame and will burn anyone who touches it. Do you think you're special, Lan?
I'll pick it up with my teeth and tie it to my hand if I have to. It doesn't matter. An angel's sword and a troop of stalwart mongrels will be able to work a minor miracle. Speaking of which, you're still here, Wendu, which means that deep down, you know it's possible.
Yes. There are other ways up, but they are far from here.
I usually
And
just skip
after
past
the
all this
earthquakes,
stuff.
There's a good chance they've collapsed. But the maze... There's a legend among our people that when the walls of the maze fall, that will be a signal for us, the underground Crusaders, that the time has come to go up to the surface and fight the demons in the final confrontation. Until then, the people say the maze is shielding us from taking rash actions. I'm the only one in our whole tribe to have been in the maze. And even I don't know if it's true. But the further I went in the maze, the fresher the air became. That means that it really must lead to the surface.
Quote from the Big Lebowski. Fucking A, man. I've got a rash.
When the ceiling and walls started shaking, the young ones in our tribe lost their heads. They figured the maze was going to collapse, so it was time to go up to the surface. They grabbed whatever weapons were on hand and ran off toward the maze. They think the maze is no longer a danger to them. They've been listening to Wendwag too much.
Don't try to blame this on me. Yes, I told them that our people are capable of making our way through the maze. In the future. But I always told them to wait until I had made a map of all the maze's dangers. I warned them 100 times. But it was no use. My words just went in one ear and out the other.
Now they'll discover your duplicity.
It came here with its owner. A long time ago. 50,000 gongs to be precise.
70 years ago, in Uplander time.
50,000 gongs ago, our forebears found a dead angel here, along with the bodies of his comrades. The tribe gave them a dignified burial, and they were laid to rest with their weapons. But the flaming angelic sword was stuck in a rock, and no one was able to pull it out. It burned to the touch, like real fire. So the rock was placed over the angel's grave. It should be here somewhere.
Maybe the angel will dig himself out and find the sword for us. That might be our best shot in this chaos.
Lan, watch your tongue.
Thanks. An extra pair of eyes can only help. The sword will be easy enough to spot. It looks, swordy. Help us, and in return, we'll get you out of here.
Now we're talking. Let's get to work. It's a good thing we all bumped into each other, isn't it?
What, you want to find the sword quickly so the underground monsters bring you back to the surface? So be it.
All right. That was long. Who's got the best religion score? Probably. No. Me? Should have taken it, I guess. Nobody. That's awesome. Here's experience points down the tube. Oh, yeah, we made it. And there's some cheese. Eight gold pieces. A kingly treasure. It's lighting up like a ping-pong machine here. What's the DC of these? 12? Getting a little better with the cough button. You just missed a big sneeze there. I'm not going to read all this stuff out. Hey, I made my will save. Critical success.
Hey, are you all right? You were kinda glowing just now.
It's the body wash that I use.
That was it. The light of heaven. But how?
What did you do with it? Where did it go?
Maybe you better check up my ass.
It's only us here. Your group, you, me, Wendu, and the light of heaven that sort of got, sucked into you. Any chance you can whip it out again? We do kinda need it.
Pardon me while I whip this out.
Sorry, I crack jokes when I get nervous. And when I'm upset. And... Anyway, what I said, it came out wrong. We need to bring you to Chief Sull. You can show everyone the light of heaven, we'll rally the tribe and go into the maze, and we'll get back our kin.
And what if he can't make it happen a second time? What then? The tribe will just say we're crazy and turn its back on us.
L'Ariel? That really was L'Ariel? The angel from the legends. The ancestors even got his name right on the gravestone. The chief will be thrilled.
You. Thousands of gongs and no one's been able to touch it. And now you, an ordinary creature of flesh and blood, no different to us, get the sword and start talking about vision.
Now, Wentawag, don't be a sore loser. He is clearly different from us. The sword appeared before him, along with the angel's name and all that other stuff, because he doesn't carry our mongrel taint. Heaven doesn't give a damn how special we are. We're born with evil inside us. Heaven doesn't need to know any more than that.
Trying hard to not make a mongrel taint joke. I can't because I'm a fucking 9-year-old.
I know you're willing to tear anyone apart to uphold our people's honor, but you and Sull, you just refuse to face the truth. We are the way we are because our ancestors' bodies were corrupted by the Abyss. It does the same thing to plants and animals. There's nothing heroic or special about it. It doesn't make us better, and it doesn't make us worthier.
You show off to Wendewog Shore that I can't get it up again.
That is just... wow, I mean,
Sila's
that's
impressed.
amazing. Heaven has truly blessed you.
This power is the most majestic thing I've ever seen in all my life. Is this what the sun is like, Lan?
Yes, it's similar. But this light is more... golden? Chief Sol needs to see this. Now that we have the power of angels on our side, he can't say no. He'll have to assemble a troop to storm the maze. You Uplanders care about your kids, right? Help us save ours. Without them, we won't survive. And then, the perils of the maze won't be so bad if we go together. We'll make our way through it and find the way to Canabras. Let's go. We'll take the short route. Well, the only route, really.
Let's not do that yet. There's another side passage with some decent treasure. Weird superstition. I don't like to level up unless I'm at full hit points. So there. I will level her up, but not myself. Yeah, let's go Spirit Hunter again. So we can identify magic items. Shalamba. She's not as good as Ember. But she's not bad. All right.
Well?
He does not charge. And she doesn't last long on our party. But it's helpful for this one fight. Oh, there's some loot. Oh. Old man fingers.
Let us be off.
That just sounds too much like let us beat off. That's funny. You did forget about that.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Sila, we're going to use you as a centipede bait. That's not good. Oh, I thought there was something pretty hardcore down here. Yeah, here we go. Camera fingers. All right. The game's a million times slower because I play it all in turn-based mode too. So if you don't like that, move along. Let's see here. Braces of armor. For you, my friend. I like to do these little races too, just to show everybody how much faster I am than them. Mounted combat, your mobility is crazy in this game. There's not too many things that you can't go up or down because you're on a horse, which is kind of neat. I wish they would have fixed the whole lance bit. Who's got the best mobility? Probably Lan. Lan or Wendu. Yep. Shadow Mist coming in there, close second. It's a free +1. Till later on when all your magic items supersede it. So it is a morale bonus. Competence bonus. Okay. Some of the magic items have competence bonuses. Fuck. I should start playing with the light on. I know what keys, but I can't see what they are. I should get one of those keyboards that lights up. I find the fancy keyboards that light up, they're really clickety-clackety, and I DM some games online. GM games online on Fantasy Grounds. So if I'm typing away, I'm clickety-clackety over the audio.
No match for me.
This is the tough one, then. I should give Sela. Oh, wrong one. Shit. Misclick. Misclick. We'll try and do it with Sela not getting killed. Should have closed the horse. Of course. It's hard to see whether the horse is taking a real beating, though. Small earth elementals, I believe. Yep. Tough monster for a first level character. What do we know about them? Level 2 outsiders.
Endure this.
And it's important you never get the charge. The charge would have enabled me to hit. I don't think any of these guys have precise shot yet, so.
I'll just sit here. Don't worry about me.
She's clearing the target. Well, love the 5-foot step. He's too close for a charge. Yeah. Yeah, the old wand to cure light wounds. So let's burn a couple of those charges. No way we get her all in one shot. If we do 9 points back. It's pretty close. I'm still using that one. Okay. And we're going to get to the village and get a rest in. Anyway. But. Could turn an ankle going over this. I'm not trying to rest, I'm trying to turn the camera. There we go.
We will be victorious.
I should change the hotkey for rest. Never use it. I guess I'm turning off the turn-based mode too. She's got the plague. Good shooting, Lan.
The spirits demand your blood.
Camellia is good with her rapier.
They'll beg me to stop.
Saying Camellia is rapier, though, that's not very nice.
Follow me.
She's murderer.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
No match for me.
Always more than a match for you, Wendu.
The Inheritor, guide my blade! I found something.
Wendu pulls you aside for a little tete-a-tete. Oh, there's no voice for this part. Good. There's no voice for it. I'm just going to cruise through it. I've played this half a dozen times. Should get back 1 point overnight. Okay. Might give me some experience points for seeing Chief Cell. I might put her over the top. There's also some decent treasure just laying around down here too. There we go. I think the smart thing is to keep Wendy with you, but fuck her. We kill her first in the last fight. Against Hozilla. She a hoe? Yeah, there we go.
March on.
Mongrels, give us your treasure. Way back at the end of the 90s, just before Y2K, when they went from AD&D to our second edition AD&D to 3.5. Myself and an online friend named BJ, who played in games on Web RPG, wrote a little side trek for Dungeon Magazine called The Beast Within, or The Beast Inside. Can't remember what we entitled it. And we wanted to use Mongrel Men, but just because as they were just changing over, didn't have Mongrel Men in the edition, and it would have been hard to do a whole rewrite, put a whole new monster in, because it was kind of the theme of what we had going on. I found that during my move, been moving for the last couple months, so, off and on, when my dad wasn't too sick. And probably about a week ago, I got back to it, and I found the first draft that we had sent in. They sent it back to us for a rewrite. We never did get to it. It would have been pretty cool to get published in Dungeon Magazine. Big fan of Dungeon Magazine from the early days on. Got them all scattered around my new room now, which is the basement of my dad's house. I'm gonna put them in plastic sleeves. They're in decent shape, but they've never been in plastic sleeves. You have to go buy some. I think there's a place right around the corner that probably sells them. I haven't gotten to that yet. It's on my list of things to do. Glad I passed that check. Gets an extra $1,000. What was the DC on it? 16. Bad. I think we were going this way. Yeah, but I haven't got a whole collection of, not the entire one. I've probably got about a dozen magazines before like episode or issue 50.
Onwards.
And then I have from like 50 to 150. I had a subscription for the longest time. All the way up to the end, actually. From
Let us be off.
issue 52 or 53 on. I think from when I went to university, because it wasn't handy for me to go to the game store all the time to find them. It was just easier to have them come to your house.
Move.
There was a game store along the way to uni, but it was a little weird. It was a lot of track pants and ponytails. And then the dudes are super gatekeepery too. It was fun. At that point in my D&D career, I pretty much just wanted just to read about it. I wasn't too eager to play. Beyond with just my actual friends. The strangers that I found playing it were a little strange for me. That's why I like playing online now.
March on.
Don't have to worry about what everybody... all the personal stuff. You just pop online and play. It's awesome. So back to that too. The continuation of the Lankamar game started last Monday. And the Curse of the Rune Lords has started up again. It's my mishmash of Rise of the Rune Lords and Curse of the Crimson Throne. It is 100% of the Rise of the Rune Lords in about 35 to 40% of Curse of the Crimson Throne. I did the videos are all on the page. It's just dudes sitting around playing Pathfinder for hours and hours and stuff like that. Probably watch all that when you could be out playing yourself. But let's see. Started off with Rise of the Rune Lords, and I mishmashed in a little bit of Edge of Anarchy and 7 Days to the Grave. In between Skinsaw Murders and Hook Mountain Massacre. Instead of having them go directly to Turtleback Ferry, had them stop off in Corvosa and kind of continued my plot there. Instead of having the Queen do what she does in the Curse of the Crimson Throne, I adjusted a little bit to fit more with the Rise of the Rune Lords. She's another Rune Lord rising. Or part of it, anyway. I don't want to give anything away in case I have some of the guys and gals in my group watch these. I can't imagine they would, though. But fun. It's good to be back to it after like 7 months of not playing. Can Camellia use those? Yeah, okay, so I'll leave that. Might need that. A little bulk selling there. Nothing we want to keep. What's 89 times 6? So 90 times 6 is... Holy shit. 540. Yeah, so we need about 540 gold pieces. Seeing as I don't level up. Where's the... Which way was it? Probably right there. Let's check our spells. I always forget to do that. Famous for that one. Let's bust this mess. What's the DC on this? 18. For con and wisdom damage. Wow, okay. Let's do that before we take damage. Who's got our best religion? I think it might be her. +5. Yeah. So +6. We need to shoot a 11. Need to shoot an 11. Get rid of Demon Plague. I'm going to burn through my first aid kit. Yeah. Son of a gun. Alright, well. Hope you make your save, Sela. Some of the evil responses are just brutal. I've never played an evil character in these. So I do the same thing over and over and over again, but that's some of it's just brutal. Could you be any meaner? She must have made her save. But it doesn't tell you. She didn't take any damage though, so I'm thinking that's the first of 3 consecutive saves she needs to make. So we'll get to the shield maze. There's a couple little fights on the way, and I'll call that an episode here. One last fight with the camera angle. I should check with Dyra to see if she has any more first aid kits. Although they're crazy expensive.
Do not fear! Do not waver!
Sign this waiver. Good shot, Kemi. Oh, that's not great. hitting? Fuck. Is Diary here?
Onwards.
I didn't think about that until it was too late. Never had the demon plague before. Shoot. Has anyone seen Dara? Can I go back? Did I skin the monitor lizard either? Just 1 second while I skin my lizard. Yep, a lot of dick jokes. That's the kind of infantile playthrough this is going to be. Can't go back. So you find out you can't go home. Let that be a lesson to you, kids. There's one more fight down here, Pathfinders, and then we're gonna call it an app before we head into the Shield Maze. Get you a 360 panoramic view of this Clash of the Titans. Oh, I forgot. Oh, I was mismanaging this all the hell.
We won't falter.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
I'll cut you wide open.
I like to give Camilla a level of rogue once she starts doing sneak attack damage. Same with Lan. They become pretty useful.
Let us be off.
Oh boy. It's never going to get old either. Just like my sense of humor. It's never matured. Let us be done. Alright. Well, aside from Demon Plague and ongoing monitor lizard venom, we're in decent shape. That almost looks like Dyra right there. But I'm going to call it here. And we'll put an end to this. Good to see you again, Crusaders. And we'll see you next time.